Hi, my name is JP McKevenue, General Manager in Illinois, and today I'm going to be taking you through how to wash a window. So a lot of people feel that window cleaning is very basic, but it's actually all about technique, and we feel we have it narrowed down to the 7+1 steps required to clean a window, and that's what I'm going to show you today. So now I'm going to take you through the equipment that we use to wash a window. So the first is the 3-rag system that we use. First rag is a wet rag, which we use for excess water, and this would be kept accessible. Second rag, also kept accessible, would be a damp rag, used for some finer work on the window. And finally, tucked away in my back pocket is my dry rag, which I use for touch-ups after washing each window. Take you through the rest of the equipment. So in my belt, you would find my squeegee, along with extra blades, my paint scraper, which is used for dirt and paint on the glass, my putty knife, which would be used for storm work, and finally my strip washer, which would be used for washing the glass. And that's what you need to wash a window. As I said, we feel we have nailed this down to a science, which is our 7+1 steps to washing a window. Step number 1 is wiping down the edges and the frames for any loose dirt or cobwebs. This is a quick wipe and should be done with your wet rag. Step number 2 is actually washing the window. So take your strip washer, get it wet, shake it out a couple times, and then you're going to wash the glass. Make sure that you're using a decent amount of pressure and you're getting into all the corners. And remember, you're washing the window, not just getting it wet. Step number 3 is drying your first 2 edges. So you want to use your damp rag and with one finger dry off the top and the left edge using one fluid motion. You may need to do this more than once to ensure that you have a clean, dry edge to start with. Step number 4 is squeegeeing the window. So you want to make sure that you start in your dry edge and you're dragging the water across using a fluid motion with even pressure. Also make sure that you dry your squeegee after each pass, and that when you start your next one, you're leaving a decent amount of overlap to ensure no wetness on the glass. If for some reason you were to get stuck halfway through the glass, don't start again there. Go back to your dry edge and using a fluid motion, go all the way across to ensure no streaks are left on the window. Step number 5 is drying your final 2 edges. So similar to before, use your damp rag and with one finger and one fluid motion, dry your last 2 edges. Again, you may need to do this more than once to ensure all the water is off the glass. Step number 6 is wiping up any excess water on the frames and sills. Make sure you use your wet rag to do this. Step number 7 is inspection. So you want to be looking for streaks, excess water, or anything else you may have missed. Keys to inspection are: check the glass from a number of angles, and pay attention to the edges and corners. The final step, our +1, is buffing the glass of any imperfections you noticed during an inspection. This time, you're going to use your dry rag. Using one finger and a consistent motion, buff the glass. Although it seems logical, buffing the glass like this will actually cause more streaks. So make sure you are using one finger and a consistent motion several times if necessary. If you find you are buffing the glass often, it's a good indication you've missed one of the other steps. So that's our 7+1 steps to cleaning a window. a quick recap. First, wipe down the frames and edges for any loose dirt or cobwebs. Second, wash the glass with your strip washer using a decent amount of pressure and getting into all the edges and corners. Step number 3, dry off your first 2 edges using one finger and a fluid motion. Step number 4, squeegee the glass from your dry edge, drying off your squeegee each time. Step number 5, wipe off the final 2 edges. Step number 6, collect excess water using your damp rag. Step number 7, inspect from a number of different angles. And +1, if necessary, buff the glass for any imperfections. And that's the 7+1 steps to clean a window. So there you have it. Window cleaning is a science. And by mastering these steps, not only will you have excellent quality, but you will become a very fast window cleaner as well. Looks pretty good.